In this episode, I am going to be telling you what I would do, exactly what I would do if I wanted to increase the sales in my business and what I have done before for my business if I need a little bit of an injection of cash into my business. So if you're listening to this, maybe you felt the peak and troughs of that wonderful wavy line of online business where sales come in and then they die down and then they come in and then they die down and then they come in and it's boring in it when it's going up and down like that. So I'm going to talk through with you what to do, especially if you're an online business and you want to increase your sales. Before I do that, thank you to the wonderful Izzy who suggested this episode. I hope it suffices and sorts you out and helps you to make more money. And also, just check, have you subscribed and followed? Go and have a look, babes. And if you are like this episode, thumbs up. All right? Thumbs up on the likes on the YouTube. Thanks. Thank you. It's so lush to be here. So, shall we make some money? Fancy making a little bit more money, my love? Shall we just make a little bit more money? Money in your wallet? Yeah? Okay, cool. Right. First up, the question I want to ask you is, are you even selling? Are you even sharing what you actually sell? Because there are so many people go, oh, I'm not had any sales this week. Everything's so quiet. They haven't told anyone they're selling. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the sorrow of no sales when you don't show up. You need to show up. You need to be selling. Now, I know that in your head, you're going, oh, but I can't do it. Then you can't run a business. I'm just going to be frank. Like, if you don't like selling, you can't have a business because that is basically what you have to do all the time. But you do it in a way that doesn't feel too salesy. Like, I'm obviously selling. I sell 24/7. As soon as I open my mouth on social media or on this podcast, I'm selling. But it doesn't feel too salesy because I'm not going, will you buy this now, buy. But you don't do it like that. You talk about what you've got to offer. So if you have not got those sales coming in, I want you to go and show up on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever your social media presence is. Go and tell them what you've got on offer. Say, this is how you work with me. Bang, bang, bang. Or this is what I've got. This is my favorite product of the week. Fancy it? Da, 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 da. Talk about it. But if you are feeling uncomfortable about that, let me know because potentially you need a little bit of support with that. The other thing that I do you know, I've done all these notes and I can't read my writing. Oh yeah, that was it. Consistency. So when you're not showing up consistently, it can put your dream clients or buyers off. And the reason why is because they want to know that they're going to get what you're going to give them. And a really simple way to do that is for them to see that you're consistent. And a really simple way for you to do that is to show up consistently. So it adds so much trust into you as a business if you show up consistently. Now, the definition of consistently is different for everybody. For me, at the moment, I'm on a 100-day sprint showing up on Instagram every day. For that, I'm going to do a whole episode on what I learned from it. And then I'm going to do a LinkedIn one, and then I'm going to do an episode about that too. But with the 100-day thing at the moment, I'm showing up every day. So consistently for me is 7 days a week, once a day. Now, for you, it could be twice a week on a Monday and a Thursday, or it could be 3 times a week on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or it could be 5 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I kind of know what days of the week there was then. But you get to determine what that consistency looks like, but just stick to it. If you are serious about increasing your sales, you have to set boundaries and promises to yourself, because if you don't, then that is where you're not taking your business seriously. And this is around things that are just sitting there stagnant. Like, some people will have things to be sold, and they're just sitting there because you're not talking about it. I'm just not talking about it. I'm going to tell you, like, I'm going to drop something really spicy into the mix, but funnily enough, sales don't magically land in your lap. Now, I've just had somebody from the Ephra, one of you have just sent a message to me going, but I am showing up consistently and nobody's buying. So your messaging's wrong. That is the key thing with when you're marketing. And that's when you need to implement the marketing strategy. That's when it gets serious. That involves investment of time or getting someone to do it for you. It's something I can do. Or, something where you need to know what is the bridge that you can create from where your client is right now, or where they think they are right now, to where they need to be to buy. Not to get them past that point, but how can you create content and talk directly to your dream people and create a bridge that goes, this is where you are right now. This is where you need to be in order to put that money in my bank. Thank you very much. That requires work. That is when you have to go, I'm serious about this business. I need to step it up. I need some experts. I need to invest. Another thing that I've spoken about before is that if you don't feel that if you're too scared to invest in yourself, I did use this phrase before. If you don't feel that you're worthy of investing in yourself, I really don't like using the term worthy anymore because we're all worthy. If you don't think you're at a level at the moment to invest in yourself, then how are you going to be able to show up to show people to invest in you? Like there's like a money mindset thing with lack and scarcity, that if you don't want to invest in yourself with a business coach like me, or a membership like the Vivid Business Club, or some training, some courses I've got, like if you don't want to invest in stuff like that, then you haven't got, there's something missing in your foundations that you need support with. And you don't know what you don't know. And you can't expect yourself to know everything and have the expertise in everything to scale up. And if you're putting a ceiling on the success that you are willing to ask for, nah, I said that wrong. If you're going to put a ceiling on the help that you're willing to ask for, you're putting a ceiling on the success. You are, because there are experts out there who do it so much easier and so much quicker than you will. But if you are showing up consistently and you're talking all the time about what you're selling and you're showing up and you're like, I am there, I am creating content, I've got my website, I've got everything, and people are still not buying, that definitely is a messaging problem. You are not activating them into buying. That is something that goes beyond this podcast episode, because it's the thing, regardless, I don't know where you are exactly in your business right now, but especially if you have this, I'm just there, I've got my Instagram profile or my LinkedIn profile, I've got my website, and still people aren't buying. If you're not actively reaching out and being visible, the sales are not going to land in your lap. If you're doing all of that, like I just said, I'm repeating myself, aren't I? But one thing that I love to do if the sales aren't coming in, and we've done this in the Vivid Business Club a little bit, is we set a money challenge. Now, I think there is a whole episode on the money challenge, which you can go and watch, or you can join the Vivid Business Club and you can do the training. But the money challenge is all about setting a goal of how much money you want to make. Then you write 25 different ways that you can make that money. Now, straight away, you're like, what? I can only think of 5. Just wait. That list doesn't have to be completed straight away. It can be completed over like a week or so. Let it just simmer away. And then in your head, little ideas will start plopping, because it's like plopping. So little ideas will start falling into your head, and little doors will start opening up in your brain of ideas going, oh, I could do that, couldn't I? That would be a good way to make money. Okay. And slowly but surely, you'll start activating that money making attitude where you can make as much money as you want. It's all about your mindset and your energy. And once that's activated, guess what happens? The sales come in, as long as the messaging's right. No, but actually, sometimes I've had poor messaging and I've still made money, because the best way to show up is I just go on stories. And I'll tell you now, I'm going to go and do that. Well, straight after recording this episode, I'm going to go onto my Instagram stories and be really explicit about what I had to offer at the moment with this energy and see what happens. Because I am in my spicy era. Like, if I want to do something, I'm just doing it. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just doing it. So that's what I'm going to do as soon as this episode's finished recording. But I would set myself that challenge. And from those challenges, I've created new offers, new courses, new products, sales. Oh, I don't really like sales. For me are a bit like a bit, I'm desperate. I don't like doing, I made a promise to myself that in 2025, I wouldn't discount anything from anything I do. But when I was doing Vivid Wire, I would do sample sales. If you're a product-based business, sample sales are the best. And I used to do it on Instagram. I've done it since, like, the phase of Instagram where it was just the glory days and all of that. But doing a sample sale to just your mailing list, oh, brilliant. Because people feel like they want these one of a kind things, and you can sell them cheaper, but that's not a sale. It's not like a discount sale. It's a sample sale. It's different. You're clearing stock that's just sitting there. It's magic. Oh, I miss doing that for Vivid Wire. Oh, I loved the sample sale, especially because it was like, as well, you're clearing out that bad juju energy and pushing it forward. And that's another thing, right? We're going back to these energy around sales. If you have like loads of stock, or like just old stuff that is taking up space where you work, or you've got loads of old clothes and loads of like junk sitting around that needs to be taken to the tip or the charity shop, do it. Because sometimes it's like, oh, feng shui, if I said it right, like you need to clear out the energy, like the channels of energy in your house. So you just like let it all through. And so I've had big clear outs, and again, that's activated more sales. And I know, like, practically, you can do really practical things to increase your sales. You can show up more, you can do a new service, you can do a new product, you can sell online, you can send an email to your mailing list with this exciting thing, you can do all of those things. But actually, it's down to your mindset. And it's actually about really appreciating right now that you've got a quiet period, and holding your nerve, and really, I've said this before, but trusting the void, really appreciating and trusting the void to see what comes in. Because if you rush and you start panicking, that is too constrictive. You're like that, holding on to everything really, really tight. But you just expand, open up your arms, and we're like, oh, I'm going to get a little bit curious about why it's gone quiet. And while I get curious, I'm going to go and work on my SEO, or I'm going to go and work on a little extra project, or do you know what? I'm going to have a rest. Loads of different options. But all intents and purposes, your business needs to make money, or it's just, a job that you go to that you don't get paid for. You've got to be selling. You've got to know what you offer. You've got to appreciate the value that you are giving to your dream buyers, whether you're service based or product based. And you've got to do that from a point, like, your energy has got to be really clear, and make sure your content is landing. Like, if you're online business, your marketing needs to be on point with your messaging, so it creates a bridge from where they currently are to where they need to be to make sure they put their money in your wallet. All right. Out they help, babes. If you would like to learn about the money challenge and get some actively support about increasing your sales, you can join the Vivid Business Club today for £77 a month. It is bloody amazing. It really is. It is a coaching membership for small business owners where you get direct access to me to help you get unstoppable self-belief and make more money, so that you can build that dream, vivid life and business that you know you're ready for. Have a lush day, whatever you're doing. Speak to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the No Rest for the Vivid podcast. Written, produced and hosted by Claire Hill, and music has been composed by my brother Phil Vick.